Hey everybody, welcome back to Eat the World. I'm Chef Alex Lazik, and thank you so much for joining me. Please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, also like and comment, that kind of stuff. But look, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel because I want to be able to do this full time, and the only way I can do that is if I can get monetized, which I'm close to doing, but I just need some subscribers. I've got all the watch hours I need, but please help me out with some subscribers, please. That would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. I think I said that. Moving on. So today, super quick and easy recipe where we're going to make. Super interesting, not very common at all, but we're going to be making spruce beer. So think of spruce beer is alcoholic or non-alcoholic drink as it is now, generally. A drink that was made to help ward off scurvy. So this drink dates back probably thousands of years from the First Nations people of Canada and the United States would have made and consumed spruce tips, which are the fresh buds, spring buds off of the tips of a spruce tree. You can also get them off pine trees as well. But the spruce tips is what we'll be making to make spruce beer with. Now they are super interesting. They're packed full of vitamin C and minerals and all kinds of health benefits. So that's why the sailors used to make spruce beer with it. And they used to eat them as well. So packed full of goodness. Think about it like ginger beer. So ginger beer was another drink that sailors used to have, really old-fashioned, and again they'd use it for that vitamin C content and help keep themselves healthy while on long voyages at sea. There we go. This is a beautiful spruce tip that's been foraged off a beautiful spruce tree in the Pacific Northwest. Now there's all kinds of varieties that you can get. Just make sure you know what you're doing if you're going to go picking some. There's one variety that's, well, it's poisonous, but mostly they are fine to consume. They're actually quite delicious. They've got a very citrusy, like obviously piney resinous sort of flavor that is pretty interesting to say the least, because it is a spruce tree. So here we go. This is what we're going to be making our drink with. And like I said, they're totally edible. It's got lemony, citrusy. I think it's so delicious. You can see why a lot of animals forage for these as well. So, very simple recipe. Actually, we're going to be basing this off of my ginger beer recipe. Instead of infusing ginger, we're going to infuse spruce tips. So it's very simple. Sugar, water, lemon, spruce tips, yeast, simple brewing equipment, gallon jug. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the sugar, lemon, water, and let that steep for a few hours, and then we're gonna stick it in our little gallon fermenters and ferment it for about 4 or 5 days. Let's get started. Okay, so a very simple recipe. We're just gonna add all of our ingredients except for the yeast into a pot, and we're gonna bring it up to the boil, dissolve the sugar, and let the ingredients steep, so we're going to extract all that wonderful flavor from the lemon and from the spruce tips. Now once that's done, we're going to strain it all, let it cool a little bit, and we're going to test the specific gravity. It'll tell us what our sugar content is, so we'll know the final alcohol content. Once that's all done, we're going to pitch our yeast and put it into our fermenters, and we're going to let it ferment for about 5 days, a little bit longer, depending on how warm or cold the environment is. Once we're happy with all the fermentation, then we'll take another reading to tell us our final alcohol reading, and it's time to bottle. Once the spruce beer is finished fermenting, we need to add a little bit of more sugar into it to give it a bit of energy to carbonate the final product. So I'm adding a tablespoon of my dandelion honey, which just goes perfectly. And of course, once that's all mixed up, it's time to bottle, put a lid on, and keep it somewhere cool until
we're ready to drink it. So it's good to give it at least a couple of weeks, but the longer the better, up to a few months.
Hey there and welcome back. So, I made my spruce beer back in the springtime when I went around and I foraged for a bunch of spruce tips, and now I fermented it, it's been bottled, it's been secondary fermented so it carbonates, and like I said, it's a few months later now, so it's had a good time to get some bottle age and develop some nice characteristics and get rid of some other characteristics that aren't desired. And we're ready to taste it, so I'm pretty excited about this. I've got my spruce beer here. Now, if you've bottled this for the first time and you haven't opened one, just open it carefully, because sometimes these can overcarbonate, because we're just sort of estimating with our sugar. It wasn't a very scientific method. So if it is overcarbonated, it'll be like a little bomb going off and you'll have spruce beer squirting everywhere. To avoid that, just open it up slowly, bit by bit, let some gas out. If you see it fizzing up, let it settle, keep letting bits of gas out at a time. This one seemed pretty good, so hopefully we're gonna be okay. And let's get to it. Nicely carbonated, it hasn't gone over. Just a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, it's gone right up to the top. So we will pour some of this into our glass. I've got a little bit of ice in here just to give it a try. But I would normally drink this, you can have it with lemon or something like that. I've designed it with citrus in it, so it is to be made with like a lemon or lime. It'll be really sort of elevate some of those flavors in there. But also, you can use this as a cocktail base. So if you look at my recipe, I'll put the link below or on here for ginger beer. You can make beautiful cocktails with lime juice, this stuff, mint leaves. Follow the link for my ginger beer and then you can make the same kind of cocktails that I made with ginger beer. This stuff's, let's give it a try. Oh, that's so super good. It's like, it's really crisp and refreshing. It's got some piney, resinous kind of notes that you'd expect because it's made with spruce. And there's a lot of citrus in there as well that comes from the spruce, as well as the lemon juice that I already put in here. But yeah, that's beautiful. It's not too sweet either, because a lot of those sugars have fermented out. But I really, really like this. This would be, like I said, this would be perfect in a cocktail or just on its own. Squeeze a fresh lemon in there. You can even make it a mocktail. You can put some fresh mint in here too. That'll really kind of elevate those resinous notes that you get with the spruce. I'm so glad I took my time with this, and it's delicious. This is foraging at its best. And there's about 4% alcohol in here as well. But one thing I didn't mention, you can also, if you don't want to have it alcoholic, you can stop at the syrup phase. So you've got your syrup that's made with the spruce tips and the lemon juice and the sugar. You can stop at that stage and just make a soft drink by using like a soda stream. So a soda stream, add some syrup to it. You've got spruce beer, a non-alcoholic spruce beer right there. It'll be sweeter, but if that's the kind of thing that you're going for, that's fantastic. Again, that would be great in cocktails too. But this is lovely stuff. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed learning about spruce beer today. I love this stuff. So super interesting, such an old school kind of drink. Please, if you get a chance, like, subscribe, comment, I'd really appreciate it. That lets the YouTube algorithms know that you like this video and they'll show it to more people. So I'd really appreciate that. So please, if you could subscribe, we're well on our way to getting monetized and I can start earning an income off of doing all these videos because they take a lot of investment. So I'd appreciate that. So like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Subscribe. Subscribe.